Hi, I am Chloe Dowler, and my research paper is called "The United States Should Not Abandon Prisons." So my argument is that we should keep prisons and not abolish them. So my thesis statement is, the threat of being imprisoned is a deterrent for crime. In the biggest way, prisons help protect citizens. Those who still break the law are put into prison so they do not ruin society. These are good things. But prison abolitionists think that the system is racially biased, useless, and a hindrance to the world. Now, the background. When President Ronald Reagan came into office in 1980, he doubled down on protecting people from drugs and punishing those who used them. His wife, Nancy Reagan, raised awareness among school children of the dangers of drugs with her Just Say No campaign by 1986. The U.S. Congress passed the Anti-Drug Abuse Act because there's a spike in the drug use in the early 1980s. This act provided $1.7 billion to prevent drug abuse and a minimum number of years in prison for different drug offenses. Because of the stricter laws, the number of nonviolent drug offenders incarcerated rose from 50,000 in 1980 to 400,000 in 1997. Some people believe that this number of nonviolent prisoners was unjust. So in the 1980s, the prison abolitionist movement began. History.com editors. This movement believes that the criminal justice system is past repair and must be completely dismantled. Woods Irvin, who is a modern pro-abolitionist, stated that their political mission is to, quote, a goal of eliminating imprisonment, policing, and surveillance and creating lasting alternatives to punishment and imprisonment. That is just not about getting rid of building cages. It is about actually undoing the society that continues to feed on and maintain the oppression of masses of people through punishment, violence, and control. Their solution to prison is unclear but has something to do with community. In addition, abolitionists believe that these nonviolent offenders need rehabilitation rather than imprisonment. For years, this opinion was perceived as incredibly radical and infeasible. History.com editors. Today, abolitionist movement is getting grounds on the basis that prisons are racist, hurtful to society, and increases crime. If their communal grounds are set up and prisons disappear, then crime will run rampant, with innocent civilians paying the price. Now, the lines of argument. Prisons are institutions that serve as a vital purpose in our society by protecting people. The National Institute of Justice say that prisons play two roles to defend the citizens of the United States. Individuals behind bars cannot commit additional crime. This is incarceration as incapacitation. Before someone commits a crime, he or she may fear incarceration and thus refrain from committing future crimes. This is incarceration as deterrence. Now the second one. Prison serves as a warning to potential criminals that the consequences of their actions will be severe. This awareness deters many people from engaging in illegal activities and thus reducing the overall crime rate. Prisons provide a warning to potential offenders while also offering rehabilitation opportunities to those who have committed crimes. The National Institute of Justice. Therefore, we must continue to support our prison system as an effective means of deterring crime and promoting public safety. Next one. Prisons offer a healthy way to bring justice to those who have suffered from crimes. Victims often experience trauma and pain that can last a lifetime. Seeing the offender behind bars can help alleviate some of this pain and bring a sense of justice to the victim. Knowing that their offender has been brought to justice can help victims feel like they have regained control over their lives. Additionally, the criminal justice system can provide financial compensations to victims for any losses or damage that incurred because of the crime. Okay, now, the refutation. Today, abolitionists are gaining ground and becoming more mainstream due to George Floyd and the alleged racism in the criminal justice system. Numerous of these leaders, such as Mariam Kaba, believe that people of color, queer, children, sex workers are targeted by police. Berlasky, 2021. Out of all these minorities, these activists believe that black people are the most targeted. According to the March 25, 2023 Federal Bureau of Justice Inmates Chart, 57.5%, which is 9,132 people, are white in prisons. 38.4%, 60,968 are Black. 2.6%, 4,177 are Native American, and 1.4%, 2,284 are Asian. Federal Bureau of Prisons. There are significantly more white people in prison than any other racial group, so that argument is invalid. Prisons do not discriminate based on race or ethnicity, but rather punish individuals who break the law regardless of their background. All right. And then the next one is, prison abolitionists believe that criminal justice systems should be abolished, and they argue that prisons are inhumane and ineffective at reducing crime. Although they persist that there should not be organizations such as prisons, they believe there should be exceptions for the dangerous few. But instead of being punished, they are instead cradled in a self-governed community that wants to fix them. Carrier and Pichet. If the formal criminal justice system is abolished, who decides who's guilty? Who decides who needs rehabilitation? Who is going to run the self-governed community? How is this run on a national scale? Criminal behavior has existed since the beginning of human history and will continue regardless of whether there are prisons. Now, the next one is, abolitionists do not believe that the social defense is a justifiable reason to punish or isolate someone. The activist organization Critical Resistance's goal is to build an international movement to end the prison industrial complex by challenging the belief that caging and controlling people makes us safe. Piela 2020. Those who are harmed in their crimes are given no justice or peace, and the criminals get a hug instead of a slap on the wrist. Because there are not any negative consequences for a person's actions, what is going to stop them from committing crimes? Some might not like how prisons are run inside, but the repercussions of their actions provide a reason for someone to not go in one. The criminal justice protects people, prevents crime, and gives justice to victims. Without prisons, there would be no consequence for criminal behavior. Now, the conclusion. Without prisons, there would be no system in place to hold criminals accountable for their crimes. This would lead to chaos and lawlessness, making it difficult for people to feel safe in their communities. Additionally, prisons offer rehabilitation programs that help offenders address underlying issues such as addiction or mental health problems. These programs are vital in helping prisoners reintegrate into society once they are released. Thank you. This went really long, but it's hard to condense it all. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for such a wonderful semester and learning so much about writing. Thank you.